Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dick fucker!
Party time! Yes, it is party time. Hello, Las Vegas. That's where I screwed up a couple weeks ago with Coker in studio. I said, hello, Hollywood. I felt like I was stuck back in L.A. Hello, world. Hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seen. I am Izzy Presley, and this is another effing podcast, and got a great show for you. In the second half of the show, Mike Portnoy will be joining via Zoom. We are all pre-recorded this week, by the way, so we're going to record that video soon, but you'll see it like it wasn't recorded, like it was just here right now. So this is the first half of the show. Make sure you guys do follow all the social media at Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board, Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook, and of course the show page is another effing podcast. Find that on the Facebook too. And first half of the show, the Canadians are in town. Well, one of them is at least. Darrel Dwarf.
That's a fine drink you made.
Thank you. Cheers,
wow,
matey.
That's tasty. That's tasty, bye.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Speaking of Hollywood, like you were saying, I think you would need a canoe right now. They're having a
right.
bit of rain.
Bit of rain. Actually, I had Canadians in my car today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They made me sure that I knew they were from Canada.
Okay.
Which was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Killer Dwarfs. They're like, yes, we do. I'm like, well, fucking tomorrow night. They're like, well, we leave tomorrow. I'm like, well, see, there you go. That's your problem. But unless it gets held up by a storm, then they can stay.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. But they're from like an hour and a half north of Toronto, I believe.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's sort of where Russ lives.
Yeah, that could be.
He lives in Aurelia, which is an hour and a half north.
Okay, yeah, they didn't give me the name. Actually, they did give me the name of the town, but I forgot it. So I'm just gonna call the name of the town. Hour and a half north of Toronto.
All right. Okay.
It sounds like a good one. What are you doing? You just randomly? Hey, I'm gonna be in Vegas, eh?
Yeah, well, we flew in today, and I was so happy to see it wasn't raining.
Yeah.
And it was sunny because, I've been complaining about how cold and dark Toronto is during the winter, and I'm just deprived. I'm like a tree that's wilting. I need sun, Izzy. So I was so happy to come here. Well, the reason I'm here on a vacation, really, I'm not here with the band. I'm here with my wife and daughter. But what I do these days, because I have books out these days, I'm in the book business.
You are in the book business. I happen to have one right here.
Yes, I have the newish book out that I'm still promoting.
Yeah.
And what I do is I do these meet and greet get-togethers and book signings in an unorthodox way. Because I'm a pirate and all that. But I don't do them at bookstores or in libraries or places like this. I do them in sports bars and watch sports with fans and friends.
Right. And
when I do this,
do you yell?
Take off, you hoser!
Does that happen at any point?
Never.
No,
I don't even mention that.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Take
I'm
him
doing
to
kind of a
Detroit.
little book tour, so I had a really good one in
Detroit! No!
Okay. And a really good
that one says take him to Detroit.
Yeah. I like that one. I heard that on your other show the other night. But I do these things. They're pop-ups, I call them. I don't promote them for very long. If I'm in a city, I make it happen. So I did a great one in Tampa there a month ago.
Nice.
I did a couple in Ontario. I'm doing one in Long Beach on Saturday night because I'm going to Long Beach to do some things there next, and then I'll be back in Toronto.
Nice.
And the Dwarfs don't tour in the winter, so I'm kind of off right now. We hate the winter, and unless an agent put us into Texas right now.
Yeah, wouldn't it be smart to do like a southern tour during the winter?
Wouldn't it? It would be
that
very
would be the
smart
thing to do, Rob.
I know. Right? Exactly. But
Rob,
usually we take off a couple of months.
Yeah. I can't
help. He is a hoser.
He is a hoser.
We purposely take a couple months off though because of December, everything shuts down. January slow. and we'll pick it up in March, and hopefully we come south.
You know, it's weird though, is a lot of bands do the touring in the winter.
Right.
You know, I remember
Not in Canada.
Minneapolis,
Yeah.
Big Head Todd the Monsters always came through in like January when it was 20 below. Like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Well,
in the early days, we toured 365. I mean, the beginnings of the band in the 80s and the early 80s and stuff, we toured all the time, and we drove in the worst weather, and we just dangerous stuff, man. We did a lot of it in the early days, and these days we just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't.
We fly everywhere anyway now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think one of the reasons that people do tour, especially in the Midwest in the wintertime, because in the summer everybody's gone.
And they go to
everybody's
the cottages
at the cabins. Yeah, everybody's at the cabin, and
yeah.
It's like, well, fuck, what are we gonna do?
Yeah. Well, for us, we find we do a lot of festival stuff in the summer.
Yeah,
so summer's good for that. And the fall is probably our busiest time. September into November, we tour the most. We do. That's just how we do.
Yeah. So how you guys just did your 40th anniversary tour?
Yeah, which is ongoing.
It's still ongoing.
Well, it's 2 years.
2 years.
It's going to be 2 years of it. Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move.
We couldn't just end it on the 1 year. There was dates.
Yeah, that's a good
point.
point.
Get more cities in.
Look, Kiss is on their never-ending end of the road tour that doesn't have an end to it. No. So why not?
I want to make at least 2 years of the 40th anniversary. One is just not enough. Of course. We're just not hitting enough cities in that 1 year.
Yeah.
We keep going, and we want to go to Europe, and there's so much to do. So we're going to extend that. Let's see how it goes this year.
How is the Dwarfs following in Europe?
That's yet to be seen, because it's been forever since we've been there. That's why we need to go back.
Yeah.
There we go. I hit the wrong one. I need the Pat Fontaine.
Where's your guy?
Where's my guy?
Baba Booey.
I
like a Baba Booey guy.
Baba Booey. No. I do the whole thing, baby. I do the whole thing.
But well, I mean, we toured Europe in the early days. We did big tours with Iron Maiden over there and stuff. And it's definitely time that we return there, because we've had this 10-year resurgence right now.
Right. So you haven't been to Europe since what, the 80s or 90s?
Years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, like a long time ago.
So
decades.
Late. So 20 years ago. I mean, you know what's weird is 20 years ago is 2002.
Yeah. And even before that.
Yeah.
It's even been longer. I don't know. Let me think. When did we go to Europe? Maybe 30 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So 3 decades. So they don't even know who we are.
Well,
they wouldn't remember us by now.
You're gonna have your Anvil moment where you're playing in front of people.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't do that. There's no way, unless we're playing like a festival thing.
Right. Oh, Russ would love that.
Yeah, right.
Russ would he would be so excited and so happy.
But the good thing is there's offers there.
That's awesome.
I mean, the band's well known everywhere, really. So you never know, man. It could be great. It could be the time.
Right. I mean, when you guys do it, are you going to try to get on a tour, or are you going to do it yourselves? I mean, what's the plan?
No, there'd be a promoter involved. That
obviously
give us the options of what.
Yeah.
What's the best course of action to take?
What do you think would work better?
I'd rather be on a tour.
Yeah.
Even like in an opening situation for Saxon or something.
Yeah, that would be badass.
80s bands, that'd be great. Or if we could just play 5-6 festivals over there, in different cities, Germany and all those different places, that'd be awesome too.
Yeah, well,
I'd be up for that too.
It's amazing seeing those European festivals and how different it is from here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, totally, man. The enthusiasm, and they're massive. There's like 100,000 plus people every show, and how the genres are kind of mixed up too. Yeah. Well, I know there was this. One of my relatives was telling me, my son-in-law actually is from Australia, and he was telling me there used to be this festival called the Big Day Out over there, and they were one of the first innovators of having like a punk band on with a new wave band.
Yeah.
With Maiden next. They mixed it up into the most insane mix match of bands, and I always thought that would be a dangerous idea of fan bases fighting and stuff, but apparently it was great. Apparently it worked really well.
Well,
it just ended. I heard like they don't have it anymore. It was called the Big Day Out, but it was really popular.
I think, and especially for people a little longer in the tooth like we are,
right?
We kind of because we've matured enough where we We like other, well, not
Bullshit.
yeah,
Oh,
not
sorry.
actually, not actually.
Yes, we've
matured.
matured. I'll agree.
We have
I
matured
even quit
enough.
drinking for 10 days. What sure is that?
Oh,
How was that? It was
God.
fucking boring.
I bet it was.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Ward.
Fucking Ward.
Fucking Ward.
That guy? Wardy balls.
Wardy balls.
That's a nice drink you made,
Thank
by
you.
the way. Is it, what do you
Thank
call
you.
this? The Bahama Bomba something?
Well, it was
what's this
supposed to
called?
be Bahama Mama, but it's
Yeah.
not coming out
Heavy
very-
on the mama. You
heavy on the
say, or
mama,
something?
but
Yeah.
this isn't. It doesn't taste very Bahama Mama-y, you know.
I don't know what it tastes of. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Is it a rum based?
It is a rum-based drink. There is
Funny,
Malibu.
I like rum.
Yes, you do. There's Malibu, Bacardi, and Morgan
Right.
with a little cranberry juice that may or not be a little old,
Yeah.
but still
Well,
tastes fine.
Well, I hope I don't get a gut ache. Old. What are you talking about? Old. Is it in your
This is
fridge
red.
for a while?
I've been sitting there for a while.
Okay. That's no problem. That's just fermentation, man.
Yeah,
It just makes
exactly.
it taste better.
It was sealed.
Yeah. Oh,
It was sealed.
Okay,
That's
we're
all that
good.
matters. It was
Good.
sealed. It was
No, it's
sealed.
really tasty. Cheers to you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Mhm.
But hold on. There's still a little bit left in the shaker.
More bomb.
Would you like a want me to top this off for you?
Top it up? Man.
That a kid.
There it is. Yeah.
I don't, I always say it's like I'm not exactly what one would call a garden variety alcoholic
Right.
per se.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the end of the bit. I don't have the end of the bit, but that's the start of it. It's not as good as the Happy Days joke.
No.
You've heard the Happy Days joke.
No.
You haven't heard the Happy
I don't
Days joke?
know.
I don't know. Let
Let me hear it.
okay. So, but I have
Tell
to,
you if I like.
I have to do this in the style of Norm Macdonald.
Okay.
Because if I don't do it as Norm, it just sounds like a dumb dad joke.
Have your listeners heard this before?
Possibly. And if they have, they're hearing it again.
Okay.
And they're rolling their eyes, but they're
hear
going to laugh. You know, the Happy Days show there, the Happy Days show, Fonzie and Richie and the gang there.
Yep.
Yeah, great guys, those guys. There was that guy there, Potsy Weber. Great guy, that Potsy Weber. People ever, they wonder, what happened to Potsy, after the show was over. It's like, well, where's Potsy? Where's Potsy Weber? Well, he started a business. He started this business, it was going great. And all of a sudden the cops showed up. The feds, they busted him. It's a Potsy scheme. Potsy scheme.
Really?
Potsy scheme.
That's fantastic. What a joke. I got a belly laugh on it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
how about
it's a-
that?
I like it. Have you ever thought about doing the stand-up? I think you'd be good.
No. That's a tough gig, man.
It is, but picture this.
I think Russ could do it maybe.
Picture
I
this.
have my really funny moments too.
Picture this, but here's the thing. Like we do that show, Punchlines and Backlines.
Yeah.
So we have comedians write the jokes for you based on your stories.
All right, because you're involved with it.
I am
You're
involved
a
with
comedian.
it. I am a
You've done
comedian.
stand-up.
I am, and it's not just a Potsy scheme.
That's a heavy gig, man.
It is. It's a
Wow.
fun
I mean,
gig.
I really respect it. And I'm a big fan of comedy. I'm a big fan of like Sam Kinison days and all those guys. And even Richard Pryor and stuff goes way back, man. I love all the old school dudes.
Did you,
Like, even George Carlin and stuff. I mean, I grew up in the 70s, right?
Did you ever cross paths with any of the icons?
Just in the day in Hollywood with Sam Kinison.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Did
Crossed
you
paths
know
with
him? Or you just crossed
Didn't
paths?
know him. Just crossed paths with him quite a few times. He was CC DeVille's buddy.
Oh
Stacey
wow!
used to hang out with him a lot. So one night we got invited to his place to a party from Whiskey one night. And anyway, I didn't end up going. I forget what happened, but one of my bandmates went, and I don't know, man. It was a wacko situation of craziness and
Why are
everything you ever heard about the blow and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit. Like no wonder he finally cleaned up and all that.
I know.
Because it was out of control.
Fucking Ward.
At that point it was out of control. But I love Sam, man. What a great comedian.
Oh, that's wild, man.
It was wild. And it was sad when he got in that car accident. It was like when he was cleaning up and all. It's such a shame.
He was clean and he had his whole life ahead of him, man.
Yeah. And I drove on that same road when I was playing in Laughlin with Leonard Skinner on one of my other band, the Laidlaw Band. We opened for Skinner on a tour back in no, it was 2000, the year 2000. And we drove on that highway and went to Laughlin, and we stopped where it happened. And it just spooked me out. And
Yeah, I stopped.
It was sacred, weird. Have you done that too? Right?
Yeah. Well,
you know where it happened, right?
Yeah. Well, I was driving Lyft one day and I had a ride to Lake Havasu.
Yeah.
And to go to Havasu, you have to go down that highway.
Right.
And I was in Havasu. I'm like, wait a minute. Isn't this, I think it's around here.
Yeah. That's just
so I got on that Google machine, and through the articles, I was able to find out about, because there's no marker.
Right.
Because it's desert. There's nothing. There's just highway markers, on that stretch.
No, I know. And it's like it's such a like a country road kind of vibe.
Yeah. It's
like a 2-lane.
It is a 2-lane
country
blacktop.
road.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just middle of nowhere kind of vibe.
Yeah. And I figured it out. It was
Pretty heavy.
about 3.25 miles from the interchange when you get on that road coming from Lake Havasu.
Right.
So you come off the exit, and then it's about 3.5, 3.25, something like that. So I was just going by the road markers. I'm like, it's got to be in this stretch.
Us too. We knew where it was. Like the driver Buzzy that was with me, he knew where it was.
Yeah.
And And then what about, we don't want to make the show into death and morbid stuff though. What about, I land today, and then I went to the Hard Rock today, had lunch and all that, and had a really good time there, and it was awesome. And then I get this text message, Jeff Beck is dead.
Yeah.
And I thought it was one of those hoax things.
Right.
I was hoping it was. So the first thing I usually do is get on Google and look for a Rolling Stone mag thing or something official, right?
Yeah.
And it's true.
It is true.
Like,
it is true.
What do you think of that?
I was
holy shit.
I wasn't a big Beck guy though. I mean,
but it's still icon.
I agree. It is the iconic.
I'm not talking, you don't have to like what he did or
no. Well, I mean, the guy's
he is one of the greatest.
Yeah, exactly. One of these no picky using assholes too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. But it's tragedy for everybody's freaking out today. I got bombed with text messages, and like one of our best friends is his guitar tech.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Scully. Yeah, and he just toured with him.
Yeah,
all over the damn place. So I heard it was this bacterial meningitis.
Yeah,
what a weird deal that is.
Right,
like,
right.
Why couldn't they have got to that in time? And
I guess it.
Anyway, I know nothing about.
Yeah,
it.
I don't either. But from what
happened.
what I'm told is that moves pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it just takes you down. Like it's a really serious deal.
Yeah.
It hits you, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm going to research it more because it just kind of stunned me that, and he was 78, but he looked young. He looked great. He was, and his tour did great. He did it with Johnny Depp and shit, right?
That's right. He just did that record with Johnny Depp.
Fucking Pirates.
I know.
With them.
Did you ever cross paths with Beck?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
I have a total big backstory, and it's in this book. That wasn't a segue, bro.
No,
I wasn't leading, and I just
brilliant.
There's a total backstory in the book on the Maiden tour. Jeff came out to a couple of our shows, and he owns a bar in London, and we went to his bar, and he closed the bar, and we were just in the bar.
So he was there
playing pool
at his bar.
Yeah. Jesus. And we were there with some Maiden guys and their security guys. And we played pool in his bar and hung out with him.
Wow.
And he wasn't touring then. He was on like his hiatus. He was building cars and doing his car deal that he's really into. And wow, it was just got to meet Jeff Beck and hang out with him for like a few days.
Dude, it's just like
really surreal, man, for us. We were only 21 years old or whatever it was.
It's insanity.
1988.
Yeah. Dude, it's just like when you go to Hawaii and you go to Mick Fleetwood's bar.
Right.
And he's there.
Yeah.
And he'll just, hey, we want to jam.
I know.
Fucking jam,
Imagine when Ozzy owned a bar and he was there, because Ozzy owned a bar years ago.
Well, Ozzy owned a bar.
He did.
Really?
Yes. Ozzy had his own bar too. Could you imagine?
Really?
Going to that bar and he shows up. I
need
a fast ale. Right.
You're gonna fucking wash the dishes, man.
Yeah, I think they've all owned bars at one time.
But
anyway, the whole back thing's just weird.
Yeah, it is sad.
I thought I was leaving Toronto to get away from death, because like so many of my friends actually, over the years have been passing away on me too. We're getting to that age.
Dude,
man.
I was just gonna say that, man. We're
fucking old myself.
Old, and all of our heroes are going, and people that
and
you know,
friends.
for peers.
Yes.
You know?
No, and it's getting too obvious or too common. Like when you're younger and somebody dies, you don't seem to phase you as much.
Oh, it
But when
phases.
you're getting,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Well, like you don't notice it as much, or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
right? Or the age gap or whatever.
Yeah.
But then when you get up in your 50s and you're almost your 60, all of a sudden, lots of people are getting like dying of cancer and all this shit, and you're like, you start really like paying attention, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like I've had too many friends pass away, and I'm kind of freaked out by
I
the
know.
whole
Well,
thing, man.
dude,
I won't lie to you, man. I'm
it's-
kind of freaked out by
well,
it.
and the thing is, I mean, it's just going to keep coming,
Mhm.
you know, because
It's
you
not gonna
said,
slow down.
you know, the longer in the tooth you get.
Yeah. No, it's true. And
You
it's
know?
just part of life. You start
No, it is.
realizing, look, man, like this is the way this is gonna roll. So let's have a good time. while
Yeah,
we're
dude,
here.
that's what it's all
Try
about.
to enjoy yourself as much as possible, because it's just a reality, right?
No, it really is. It
Yeah,
really
it's,
is.
It's pretty heavy. Yeah.
So, what other gems do you have in there that you can tease?
The book? Oh, well, you know what? It's basically it's the Thunderfoot book, Chronicles of a Rock and Roll Pirate.
Yeah.
The title says it all, you know. It's really just through my eyes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a biography, but it's my biography, right? You know what I mean? It's obviously the Killer Dwarfs have been a massive part of my rock career. I've been in other bands, but Killer Dwarfs is the baby. It's like Russ and I started it together, and it's still around 40 years
Yeah.
later, chugging along, and you know, probably a lot of our fans have died, but a lot of them are still alive. You know what I mean? And they're still there. Right? I know I hate to say that, but it's probably a reality. And and yeah, I just I'm taking my time with it. That's why it's in volumes. You know, it's
Yeah.
good. There's going to be 2, maybe 3.
Okay, so this,
Yeah,
because
there's a
there was
plan
there
for
was
it.
one out before this.
Yeah, that was about death again. It was called Guardian of a Timekeeper. It was about 10 near-death experiences that I've had along my travels. And when my dad passed away at 92, 5 years ago, that spawned me to start writing that book. And all it was just memoirs. I was in a grieving sort of state.
Yeah.
My dad died, even though I knew he was, you know, going to pass away. He lived a great life. You're just never ready for that shit when it's your parents. Like, you can't just, he lived a great life. You know, it's like, no, it just hits you like a hammer over the head when you realize. Then you start remembering the good times, the bad times, all this. So I started writing these memoirs down, and it turned into a book.
Yeah,
it did.
that's wild.
It turned into a book, a short book, but a cool book. It really got popular.
The closest I ever came, I was probably a junior in high school, getting ready to go into senior year.
Right.
And me and my buddies, so they were in the car behind me, and I had a 77 Mercury Cougar XR7, 2-door, 400. Moonroof.
Yeah.
You know, stock 8-track player. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we were on this 2-lane blacktop. It was a Saturday morning, afternoonish, going to a junkyard, because that's what we used to do. You know, go walk around the junkyard. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, no cell phones back then.
Yeah.
You had to go find shit to do, like
Well, yeah.
walk around the junkyard.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And I went to pass this lady, and just as I pull out and I can it, there's a semi.
The dreaded semi.
Fucking
Dude, that's game over.
right at me.
That's game over.
Me and Skippy, we would have been instant. toast. Instant mosquito in the fucking. It would have been done.
See, this would be one of your chapters, of Guardian of a Timekeeper.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
who saved
exactly.
you? Someone always saves you.
I don't know. It
Like
was
some
probably
spiritual presence or something.
I want to say, old holy mother of what's that line from the Blues Brothers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, holy mother of
Pearl.
Something acceleration. Don't fail us now.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
So I think that was it.
So how'd you pull out of that?
It was
like you pulled out of it.
Did
you crash?
No,
or no.
I passed the lady and I got over it just as I got over that semi-pass stuff. So it was close. Yeah. It was close. I nearly shit myself.
Everybody that's been around for a few decades always has the stories, right? So I think when people that read the book, they got back to me and they just loved it. And they said, I could really relate to it because everybody's had so many things. Like I got a chapter where I fell out of a tree for it and I almost broke my bloody neck. I fell and hit a branch on the way down and got me in the ribs and then landed on my fucking head. And I didn't get injured. but I was 9. And like somehow when you're 9, you're like Gumby. You're like, bing, boom,
Yeah,
boom, fall
exactly.
down out of a tree. I fell out of a tree and landed on my head. Didn't break my neck. Didn't break my ribs. Walked away from it. Couldn't breathe. I got the wind knocked out of me. But that's basically what that book.
Is that the closest?
No, all the 2 car accidents. The one with the dwarfs.
That's right. That's right. The one with the dwarfs.
That was like, I can't believe we walked out.
Yeah, because Russ was pretty fucked up. Yeah.
He got airlifted to hospital, man. That's heavy, with his head bashed open. And that was just a grace of the rock gods or whoever was watching over for us on that one. And then I was in one another head-on collision in another band, in my Sphinx band, back in 77, I believe it was. And so I've been in 2 really bad car accidents and never got hurt, really. I got a broken rib in the one with the dwarfs, and I got just an injured leg on the one that was the head-oner, but not broken, just like injured. It healed up in about a month. It was just tweaked. I put my leg down, I guess, to stop the concussion and whatever. But yeah, I've been very lucky. So I mean, that's sort of just how that book came about. It's a little spiritual kind of makes you wonder.
Your come to Jesus book.
Kind of, yeah.
I'm
not a super religious guy.
No, I'm not either.
But I just feel a spiritual thing. Though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to get into religion because you get a whole new can of worms of people.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
It's their problem. That's their problem. You believe what you want to believe. I believe what I believe, and I'm not going to preach.
Yeah, and neither. I mean, I went to church as a kid. My mom,
Catholic school.
Yeah, I'm a Protestant. My mom was early in the church. She was in the church choir. I went, man. I did my thing, and then I talk about that as well in that Guardian of the Timekeeper, and I just said. In that book, I state that something hit me when I grew up into the teens and 16, 18 years old. And I just couldn't buy into the guy that looked like Rob Zombie looking guy. Look, right? And I got the man figure, that's Jesus. I had a hard time buying into that after a while.
No, I get it,
that
dude.
Image is supposed to be the whole deal, right? So you start second guessing what you're preached to or taught.
You know,
and so that's sort of how I feel about the whole thing.
Dude, it's ironic. So I decided that after I moved in here, with the Catholic upbringing that I have, my mom always had the man saying grace photo on the wall,
right?
So I have it hanging in my kitchen.
Oh,
it's right above my sink.
Oh, cool.
And I actually almost bought a cross today.
All right,
but I'm not religious.
Right, but it's a symbol
it
doesn't have to be the symbol of the Bible. I mean, it can be your own. I don't know how to explain this. You can make it your own religious experience, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you don't want to pray to the idol,
right?
Idol in the corner. That's going to be my God. I don't know. That's kind of how I see it.
I can pray to Kotzen though.
Yeah,
I can pray, or I can pray to Ace.
Ace is a god.
Ace is a god. That's Ace.
Okay. I don't know. It just gets confusing. There's so many religions. Right. Okay. If there's just one, then I might. Oh, there's one.
I think.
Sorry.
I think it's weird that we're getting into something that I never imagined we would get into. But
that's what I like about your show, and I'm here in person.
Yeah,
I'm loving being here. By the way, people. I mean, the one interview I did, I felt so bad to this day about
it
was my fault though. I let it happen. I had this shitty laptop with this bad headset, and it was cutting in and out, and I did the interview and we were live, and it was such a good interview.
Yeah, it was, but that's all right.
But it was like when you have the bad streaming.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm talking. So Izzy, this, and then I went over here, and then, did you get that? Yeah. That's how it went. And I was bummed.
It was like trying to see a nipple through the scramble when you were a kid,
So I'm so happy to be here with a great mic and good sounding gear.
Yeah, exactly. No, so
it's nice to be here.
I think cheers. These drinking out of these glasses, really it's very high class. Dapper.
Well, I like your Dapper, your whole Dapper get up you got going up here since you moved here.
Yeah,
it looks good on you, and it's a nice.
It's fun.
You can almost be more than one person.
Exactly.
That's pretty fun.
Exactly.
If you're in the mood to be the Dapper.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to go out to dinner
and throw the hair back.
That's amazing.
Put the glasses on. Yeah, well, you could do it.
I'll leave it up to you to do that.
Yeah,
though. I like your shtick. You just keep going.
So what I was going to say is, I think that no matter what, I think that the lack of people getting into religion now, I think it's having a severe effect on the culture.
I believe
just and not for the religion itself, but for the message.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The 10 Commandments. It's basically
to keep people in line.
Not keep in line,
a little
but
bit, right?
just to have somebody be a good person.
Yeah.
You know,
It's the rules of being a good person.
Yeah, and I think, especially with religion, and especially like the Catholic religion, marriage and family is very important.
Right.
You know, and I think people going away from religion, I think you're seeing, that's one of the reasons you're seeing so much of dysfunction these days. Does that make sense?
Well, a little bit, because the world's off the rails.
Yeah.
It's noticeable. Like if anybody doesn't notice that things are not well,
right,
you're living under a rock with blinders on, because things are fucked up in the world everywhere.
They are.
People are not happy. Things are not good.
Yeah.
The economy's fucked.
Exactly.
The economy's been fucked many times. So,
yeah,
but
exactly. It goes and comes.
It feels a little different, though.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Well, I think it's because we're old.
Was that it again?
Yeah, I think it's because we're old.
Thing.
Just turning into that grumpy old bat. We're turning into Russ.
Oh no, we can't turn into being grumpy like Rusty. He's been a lot better lately, actually.
Has he?
He's a little happier.
Yeah, good. I did see him smile a couple times when you guys.
He likes touring.
Yeah.
If we can stay out touring more, he'd be happier.
Dude, that was a fun show.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys played out here. Yeah.
It was fun, man.
It was a good time.
Thanks to like Sebastian Bach and people like that. They made it fun. It was so good.
Dude, Baz is always a blast.
It's so good to see him.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him in a long time.
I know.
It's nice that he came out.
Yeah.
And like Oni Logan and
yeah, that's right.
Brent Fitz and
yeah.
Came out, man. It was like, we love that shit.
Yeah, and Red Cup Geoff came out.
Nice to meet him.
Yeah.
Thank you for introducing us together.
Dude, absolutely.
He's a catalyst in my little get together.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
You know, it's like I've only been here so long. I don't have a lot of the connections. Red Cup is a socialite.
Yeah.
And I figured, you know what? Let's ask Red Cup Jeff.
Well, you did good.
Thank you.
Cheers to you.
Man, cheers.
I mean, I just needed a little direction on these things, because I told you they're not scripted book signings like, when the dude goes to Cole's Notes, people line up. I don't like that.
Right.
It's rock and roll, man. And what I love about it, no matter how many people show up, I don't care, as long as I have my contingent of people that are originally like you and different people I want to get together with anyway.
Yeah.
In a club and have a beer and socialize. They get to actually talk to me for hours and hang out. And they want to ask me something they couldn't ask me at that gig or at a show, or they can't get backstage. And this is definitely the opportunity if you want to just shoot the shit with me.
And there's no like $1,000 meet and greet price. It's just like, fuck, dude, let's just hang out, have a few drinks. And
a book's $20. If you buy it, you do. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. I mean, I'm not going to be upset if you just come out and want to, buy a set of drumsticks or not, or both. I get drumsticks too, because they want the signature sticks.
Yeah,
it seems like they want them. And it's just, I'm always working, man. Yeah. That's what you do when you're a full-time musician. That's what you do.
That's where it's
always working. I've been in a band for 45 years full-time.
Yeah.
And that's something to be said to that, because it's a tough fucking business.
It is. It really is. That's why I always say what's it like? It's like, it's a constant hustle.
Absolutely.
Every day is a hustle. Every day is a hustle.
At any level you're at, it is. The problems just get bigger the more money you have and the more records you sell.
It could be a lot worse.
Oh yeah. I'm really happy with my life, man, and I'm really happy with the career of the Dwarfs, and you know what I mean. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, just think this whole musical kerfuffle is what brought us together.
Yes.
God bless it.
Yeah, well, Monsters of Rock.
Yeah, Monsters of Rock.
Cheers to Larry.
Yeah.
Monsters of Rock, because I'll tell you right now, between Lou Carl and XM Radio and Larry and Monsters of Rock, they were the two catalysts that really got jump-started the Killer Dwarfs to be back touring again, to tell you the truth, because they started playing our music on Hair Nation.
Yeah.
This is 10 years ago. They started in rotation. They
Yeah.
played 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah.
And then Russ just went on the cruise by himself.
Yep, I remember that.
Before
year.
we
that
were
was
back,
that was the year I
before
met him.
we had reformed and got back together. We never break up, but we go on these hiatus
Yeah,
things, as I always say. And
Yep.
we were on a hiatus, and I was in my own band called Automan at the time, and Russ was doing a little solo thing. And he ends up on the Monsters of Rock cruise, and the whole thing is such a euphoric experience if you've never been on one, and it's such a brotherhood of rock fans and bands.
Yeah.
And he just phoned me up right away. And he goes, "You're not going to believe this, man. This is like, I had a lineup of people getting my autograph on this boat. I'm here just playing acoustic tunes." He goes, "I think it's time that we fire it up again."
Yeah.
And that's sort of how it all started. And it was all due to Monsters of Rock and the fact that Hair Nation was playing our songs again.
That's amazing.
And
dude.
it jump-started the band and the fan base. So that's what happened. So I actually credit those 2 entities right there for why the Killer Dwarfs have just traveled for 10 years.
You have to give Luke Carl credit. And I'm just kidding. I love Luke.
I'll give the program directors credit, not Luke.
Yeah,
He himself, he had no deal. He's in playing. Luke's a buddy.
Oh, I love Luke to death.
Yeah, he's a buddy. And
I love him.
But yeah, it's pretty cool little ride, that we've been on. And so yeah, we're just gonna keep it rolling.
Dude, I fucking love
we
it.
have new music and the whole bit.
Yeah, that's right. Is there any word on the documentary? You guys still working on it?
Yeah, we're working on that. That's
Okay.
that's gonna be like a big deal, like a big work effort. You know what I mean? And we have people in place, and it's gonna be like, I can't even talk about release dates or anything.
Yeah.
It's going to be, it could take years to like 2-3 years before we actually get to the point where, okay, we have a documentary here, because there's a whole bunch of different directions that we could take. And, I know everybody brings up Anvil, right? They're friends of ours, right? Oh, their documentary was but that's not,
Yeah,
that's them.
Yeah,
we would never have
exactly.
a documentary like Anvil. That's their band. That's what they did.
Yep.
We have a completely different story. So it's how to present the story. So when you sit with a director that knows what they're doing, or a producer that produces documentaries, because to them it's like a motion picture.
Yep, absolutely.
They have a lot of questions, and they just don't go, "Hey, you guys got some footage of you playing?"
Yeah, exactly.
A documentary.
Yeah, it's a little bit deeper than that. It's like, how do you properly tell the story?
Yeah. And it's like, they have so many questions that, okay. So it's not just Russ and I, telling some tales and you guys show a few concerts. No, it's like, it's got to be.
Yeah. I mean, if that's
got to be so in depth, and you're
Right.
talking 40 years of our career. So,
Yeah.
And, we've had some wild things happen to us. So yeah, I leave it in the hands of the professionals. I'll be there to do everything I can. And so, yeah, we at least the ball's rolling, Izzy.
That is all that matters.
Great step.
That is a great
At
step.
least the ball is rolling.
That is a great step. Speaking of the ball rolling, we are going to wrap up here.
Yes.
Because
on a lot about a bunch of horse shit. I hope
No,
everybody
dude.
likes this show.
It's going to be great, because after this little snippet of a winery dog song called Xanadu,
Nice.
it's not a Rush cover,
No.
and I'm even more mad it's not a Olivia Newton-John cover. Honoring the late great Olivia Newton-John.
Yes.
My first crush.
Oh,
So,
that was another one.
I know,
Dude, beautiful woman like that.
I cried.
What a voice.
I cried.
Yeah,
I
some of the posters, I felt bad too.
it
I really
was
did.
it was ironic. So
Yeah.
I found out she died, and then I put on the song Xanadu
Yeah.
on Apple Music, and
Right.
the next song it automatically switched to was the reprise of Look at Me, I'm Sandra D, when she's
Wow.
right after sitting at Thunder Road, and she's sitting all alone up on the side there,
Yeah.
and and it's just that piano and her
Wow.
voice.
Great.
And when she hits that point where she goes, "Goodbye to Sandra D,"
Yeah.
I lost
Yeah.
it. And I'm starting to tear up.
Here
right
come
now.
the waterworks.
Yeah.
Poor darn.
And I bawled my eyes out. I'm
Oh,
just like,
man.
I don't know her.
I know.
What am I doing?
It's just
Yeah.
crushing, especially with stars that you idolized or loved, or you just the thing with stars, it's like you just think they're immortal almost, right? And it just crushes you, man. It's just like it's your childhood. Like for me, like when Neil Peart died.
Yeah.
Peart died from Rush, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not only was he's the professor, he's a great drummer. There's a lot of amazing drummers
Right.
in the world, right? But Rush was a childhood band of mine.
Exactly.
When I was learning to drum at 14 and growing up in high school, they were the heartstring band that I got to learn that fill of Anthem, Rush. I put the record on, and like when that's gone, it hits home. It's gone forever. Like Neil's gone forever, and then it just hits you. Like
it does. But thank God the music and the videos live on,
and that's what's awesome about
exactly.
that. The art lives on forever. You can put on a Rush song anytime or any band, but yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, dude. Well, Darrel, thank you so much for swinging over.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should go have a beverage or two after this.
We should.
And let me you guys check out the book.
Yeah,
Thunderfoot.
Yeah,
you
can get that on Amazon if you want to. If you have Amazon accounts and you'd rather go that way, go ahead. But also you can get it on my website, which is personal thing, and I can personalize it and autograph it, and that is dunkspirateshop.com. You can go there 24 hours a day and purchase the book.
Oh,
and
there we go. See,
there you go. Yeah, I signed them in the back just to be a mind fuck,
like a tramp stamp.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It says everybody said you didn't sign my book. Some people bring me that. I go, try looking in the back. I just do it.
The book.
I do it as a mind fuck. Maybe if you read it, you'd see it in the back when you get to it. No.
Fucking Ward.